Hi, I'm Miro. I'm a TNT champion.
This is Rachel Ellerine, the queen of Strong Smile.
I'm Eric Bischoff.
Live events, all right? When the WWE comes on the holiday tour, when they come to Ireland.
Or Davy Boy without hair braids.
As a fan with braids, as a dog without braids.
And you
are watching
WrestleSlam.
WrestleSlam.
And you're watching WrestleSlam.
Welcome to a special edition of the WrestleSlam podcast. I'm your host, Jerry, joined by the boss, Jerry. We're joined by two very special guests all the way from New York City. The boys from Dirty Heelz Podcast. Boys, introduce yourselves. Kofi.
Your boy Kofi, a.k.a. King of Stones, man. You know, the podcaster with all the weed names, man. Go ahead, good brother. Show.
And Bowman.
You already know this is the DOE, Good Brother Bo, the other half of the Dirty Heelz Podcast. Big shout out to y'all. We love y'all. Big shout out to the whole Ireland audience, everybody, man. Y'all can catch us on YouTube. We're on Spotify or Apple Music. We got shirts. We on Twitter. Get at us, man. Much love to y'all again, man. Boom.
Excellent. Boys, if you want to just start off, just introduce yourselves to people in Ireland. Like, how did you start off? Where did you, were you friends growing up? Did you meet, watching wrestling? How did you become the boys?
Well, we've been friends for going on, I should say 6 years. We've been a podcast going on 2 years, but we've been going to events for going on 3 years, 4 years, you know what I'm saying? We just pretty regular dudes, man. You know how we became a podcast. We was going to an event, whatever like that, and we didn't have enough money. It was an all lucha event. We couldn't read the card. He ends up talking to one of the promoters and stuff like that. Next thing you know, we inside having a good time. You know what I'm saying? It's Penta in there, Phoenix, it's everybody in there, Vampiro, all that. Mind you, we the only black dudes in there, but it was nothing but love. The next day, the promoter calls him. It's like, yo, you're going to talk about the whole what went down the night before? He calls me, yo, bro, you still got that footage from the night before? I said yes, and that was the good thing about us, because when we used to go out to events in the beginning, we always saved the footage. We always brought footage of people who we talked to, the matches and stuff like that. So it was nothing to start that Instagram page right there. So a lot of the footage that we got in the beginning that we did for the Instagram is because we went to matches and stuff like that. So that kind of helped us in the beginning, as far as becoming a podcast, whatever like that. We became a podcast 8 months, probably 8 months before the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? So it came in full effect, man. Definitely came into full effect, man.
I'll be honest, he didn't know that we was a podcast, because when I told these guys, I went up to the promoters. I just told the promoters, we a podcast. We here to review the event. We just didn't have enough money to get in. We were just trying to get in. That was it.
It was a
being a slick talker, and I just had to back it up. So I just went home and told them, yo, we a podcast now, man. And he was like, what? And then I think a couple months later, we wound up getting our equipment and just keeping it rolling.
Yeah.
The good thing was that we went to a lot of events, and we already knew a lot of the wrestlers. Face-to-face, we personally knew them. We had a relationship with all the companies already in New York City, just because we went to events, like every event. Any event that was in New York, we went to. Like sometimes 2 times a night, we'd go from one event to another event. You know what I'm saying? So just having that kind of relationship with everybody, and then once we started, everybody was like, "Cool, man, y'all should have been started," But we didn't. It wasn't nothing that we was really shooting for or going for. It wasn't destined for us. So we made it happen, made it work.
Everything happens for a reason, though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And were you working at GSW this weekend? I seen you, or some of the footage of the Hammerstone match. I seen you in the background cheering them on.
I was just there. I was a guest. I was a guest of honor. One of the guests. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we have relationships with the promoters from a lot of these companies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey guys, can you come out, show some love, whatever like that. And the good thing about us, we turn up wherever we go. You know, we turn up kind of, you know, passive aggressive, but we mean well. So, you know, we're good people. We're definitely good people. We'll make the event, we turn it up. We love meeting people. So it's like, it's a hand-in-hand thing, you know? That's one thing. We always had a fan base because of the events we went to, people we met. They like, hey, we like them dudes out there. Them dudes.
We'd always be the only black guys at every event. Every event. Always be the only black guy, so you would have no other choice but to know who we were. You know what I'm saying? So every time we went to another event, they'd be like, "Oh, you the guy from that event." You know, even the bartender.
Yeah.
Bartender knew us. You know what I mean? Even he knew us like from one event. You know, so it just
you knew what you wanted. You got to the bar and he's, you know, the usual like.
Yeah. We drink beer. Whenever we go to an event, we always drink beer, Budweiser. So, you know, it's good to know that people know who we are already. You know, hey, y'all guys are back. Are you coming back? Yeah. So it's a good relationship, man. It's good to be loved and missed, man. So that's the good thing about podcasting, you know, going to all these events, meeting these people, other podcasters that's there and stuff like that. You know, it's a bridge. It's about networking. You know?
Absolutely. But that's the good thing about having this interaction. We were able to do that. Like, you know, once the world opens up and we're able to travel, we can go to New York and go to GSW with you guys, or, you know, meet up, you know, at WrestleMania or something like that. Like, just go wild for a week.
Well, we're first of all, we're honored that you guys all the way from across the sea, whatever like that, are watching us or watching Global Syndicate Wrestling. So that means a lot to us. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's nothing. So it's like when we see y'all, when we finally link, y'all already family. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate y'all.
It's hard not to miss it. Like if anybody watching this, if you haven't checked out their Instagram page, it's on fire. It's brilliant. I love it. I can't get enough of it. So, you know, go check them out. Dirty Heelz Podcast on Instagram. It's amazing.
It's great. I was telling my co-host earlier, I said, yo, if I wasn't having so much fun, man, I would have been quit this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That is true.
And then this weekend has brought you so much content. Like, there's so much happening this weekend, obviously, with the GSW event attended. Like, but I know you've done your own podcast, weekly podcast, but talk about SummerSlam, you know, where he's up with it, where he's down with it. How did you get on with SummerSlam?
We wasn't impressed, man. It was like Raw just on a Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it was certain spots, but a lot of shit was like, yo, really? Like, you know what I'm saying? And kind of find out this year SummerSlam was the highest gross SummerSlam of all time. You know what I'm saying? And that's not due to the whole card. That's due to one match, really. You know what I'm saying?
That's due to the pandemic. People want to get out, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Back to normality. I mean, you know, everybody's going to watch it. It's SummerSlam. It's one of the big four.
You know, for me, I gave SummerSlam a straight 3.
Yeah.
It was some great matches. Don't get me wrong. The Randy Orton match is great.
Yeah.
The match with Edge and
that match was awesome.
Seth Rollins is fire.
Yeah.
Awesome. Even the Bobby Lashley and Goldberg was good. But so I gave it a 3 though, just because of the strength of what they did to Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
You know, I felt it was a slap in the face.
Yeah.
It was the worst decision.
Like I don't know how they Kofi Kingston her. And it's one thing to do it to your champ on a main stage, you know, on a big stage like that. That kind of shoots your morale down a lot, you know.
They punked her out, like, but she's been so strong since the Royal Rumble, and even before the Royal Rumble, she was so strong, like, and she went, you know, pretty much undefeated for nearly a year, and lose so quickly. It's just
how many seconds? Yeah. 20 seconds or something, was it? Yeah,
27 seconds or something. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. You go to the future, like, you know, she's the future of women's wrestling, and she's been like Becky Lynch. Crazy.
They didn't trust Bianca at all. Yes, her title run has kind of been lackluster. That's not her fault. But it seemed like they didn't trust her at all. You know what I'm saying? And that was a terrible way if Becky's turning heel, that's a terrible way for her to turn heel. You know what I'm saying? You know?
Crazy.
I don't know, man. I wasn't a big fan of that match. I'm gonna be honest.
I reckon Becky wasn't happy with that either. Because look, we know Becky loves the business. I reckon Becky was told to do what she had to do, but I reckon Becky backstage probably said something to Bianca. I apologize. I didn't want it to happen this way, you know?
Some things
I think it was kind of a slap in the face, you know. It's not Becky's fault. You know, you got to blame the company and the writers. You know, like I said, you know, for someone to be so strong and have the EST, the strongest, the fastest, that match contradicts her whole character.
Oh. But where does she go from here now? She goes into a feud with Becky, you know, after the SummerSlam. Like, what happens? She's obviously not going to beat Becky straight off the bat. So what happens to Bianca after that? She's going to be gone, back down, thrown onto Raw, something stupid.
Yeah, the mystique of the EST is gone. The whole mystique of her being whatever is gone. And she can't bounce back from this, fellas. I'm going to be honest with you, man.
Yeah.
She can't.
Agree.
Yeah.
Sick. Absolutely sick. What did you make of Brock coming back, though? Did that help the show at all?
I guess. I'm going to be honest with you. It was dope. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. But, nah. It didn't. Let me tell you something. The biggest thing that happened over this weekend during all this wrestling was CM Punk coming back. That's the biggest thing. In the ice cream bars, you know what I'm saying? That's the biggest thing. You feel me? Like, he moved the needle with you coming back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hopefully he's true to his word and stuff like this after his beef with Darby Allin and stuff like that. But I'll be honest, Brock, you know,
it was cool for me. It was good to have someone who's credible to fight Roman Reigns now, because we all knew John Cena was leaving. Yeah. So, and then, you know, everything was what's next, who's gonna fight Roman Reigns after they done fired everybody. So it's not really anybody to fight. So for Brock to come back was cool. But like I said, it's cool for him to come back, but it'll be corny if he's never there on Fridays. If he's there once in a blue, then no one's gonna really care about this situation. It's gonna be another wasted situation. But if he's there every Friday, if he's really there like a main worker, you know what I'm saying? It'll be a great feud.
Boys, what do you think of the new look? That new look is decent. It's not the worst.
Yeah, I like ponytail.
Reminds me of a real Viking.
Yeah.
Hammerstone actually had that up. Somebody put up a picture of Hammerstone and tagged him in the Brock picture and said it was him.
I can see
like him.
Like his love child. That's like his love child. Like a love child. Don't get me wrong, man. I think Brock being back, you know, it's okay. But like my co-host, my partner said, man, if he's not there consistently, you know what I'm saying? And if he does get drafted, because we don't know about this whole draft, man, when it's supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you're there, man. You feel me? I think it kind of sucks that they kind of bypassed Edge and Seth Rollins on this whole championship shit. You know what I'm saying? For Brock, but it's WWE, man.
It's going to be from in Saudi Arabia, is it? Just fucking
Crown Jewel.
Oh,
Crown Jewel,
wow.
Crown, you know it. You know it.
No one cares.
Big money for Brock. Come back. That's it.
That's it, man. And then you seen after the match, you know, they showed him beating the shit out of fucking John Cena. You know what I'm saying? That's his bye-bye.
Send the crowd home happy.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of people beating the shit out of each other, Walter and Dragunov. Did you watch TakeOver?
Oh, man. It was worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it, man. I've always been a Dragunov fan since the WXW days, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, I've always been a big fan of him, man. So just to see him, you know, after 10 months, get this whole, you know, championship opportunity and title, I'm proud of him, man. And I think it was time for Walter to give it up anyway, you know? You know, that means he's going to stay on NXT. You know what I'm saying?
Well, is he going to do you think he will? He said previously last year that he doesn't want to be in America. He wants to stay in Europe, but you know, him dropping the title, he doesn't have anything left to do in the UK. Like he's beating everybody over there. So, you know.
And not only that, they have gotten rid of half of the NXT roster into 5 rosters. So, you know, you're going to have to bring him over, you know. So, you know, I see him beefing with Samoa Joe or whatever like that, you know. Karrion Kross is gone. Who cares?
Yeah. We'll talk about Karrion Kross.
I give him 5 months. And he's gone. He asked for his release.
Give you back. Yeah.
I can't believe what they put him in Raw last night.
Yo, we just talked about this on that show. We try not to go too in depth on it because it was so fucking terrible about it.
Yeah.
I feel that when they change these characters, nostalgia, whoever's the costume guy, don't get the direction that the characters are going. Like, I understand the Spartan thing. I do. But is he a rebel? Is he a TikTok dude? Is he a last minute a renegade? Or is he a Spartan? Like, for me, I'm not getting it. You should have just dressed him in all black and called it a day.
A day, yeah.
Anything other than that.
Yeah, I mean, at least get I would have at least put t-shirt and jeans on that man. I don't know, man. I just feel like that whole
the problem with Karrion Kross is, number one is you was painted as this unstoppable man. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody on NXT. Then they bump you up with the NXT title to lose to Jeff Hardy. You know what I'm saying? Without Scarlett. Once you get rid of Scarlett, that was number one, man. You know what I'm saying? That's your entrance right there. You're done. You're done. You're done, man. And then you beating Ricochet, no disrespect to Ricochet. That shows that they don't have no faith in you. No. That shows your career is done. That shows
you they have no faith in either of them right now. They don't really know the direction you want to go, because honestly, you could have fired Ricochet. Ricochet would do a lot better on the indie scene.
Yeah.
Way a lot better on the indie scene.
I love him back to Japan or somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DDT Pro.
So for them to really toss these guys around like this is really, I don't know, man. It's just kind of hard to watch sometimes.
I'm going to be honest. It's like these dudes wasn't even homegrown stars before they got signed. It's like all their accomplishments got swept under the rug real quick, man. Quick.
They seem to do that a lot. Like, even with Keith Lee, like what they've done to him was a travesty. Like, someone's talented and the shit he's gone through.
The only one they give any type of accolade to is Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, and even that, he was treated terribly for the first couple of years on the main roster.
Yeah. So
Exactly. They killed Asuka. They killed her mystique of Asuka. They just got Shinsuke's mystique back up. You know what I'm saying? My thing is
they killing it even more for me.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I remember when wrestling was believable. Like, it's a time when gimmicks, like some gimmicks work and some gimmicks just don't. Stone Cold worked because it was believable.
Yeah.
You know? Certain gimmicks work because it's believable. And then you have these gimmicks like, I don't know, fucking Doink the Clown or somebody. It just doesn't work. It's these gimmicks that just, like, you see and you like, yo, like Chad Gable. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, it's certain gimmicks that just don't work for certain people. And I think WWE doesn't get the memo on that, bro. Like, let these guys write their own little thing. All right, give them somebody to work with and let them work this out on their own. Figure this out. Let them work that storyline out. Let them, you know?
Yeah.
I think sometimes if you put two people in a situation, they could come up with something a lot better than what somebody else come up with that's not in that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Sure. You certainly remember the stories recently about the writers. One of the writers got fired because she didn't even know, who the wrestlers were. Like, and she's working as a writer for WWE. It's like, why you give you a job writing? Like, you don't understand the product.
You can tell these are not fans. These are executives from Fox, USA. Yeah. These are dudes from, you can tell none of these dudes or females even watch wrestling a day in their life. You know what I'm saying?
College kids. Bunch of college kids. Nothing against college kids. Nothing saying they don't watch wrestling or nothing, but you know what I'm saying? How much does a college kid, 19, 20-year-old know more than a 30, 45-year-old guy, old guy? You could go get one of these 60-year-old guys if you want, to be legit about it. You know what I mean? You could go get an old wrestler.
Yeah, they should.
Have one of them even do it. I don't know.
Now, don't get me wrong. These people, they're probably getting to write the stories or whatever like that. They're probably damn sure good writers in other aspects. You know what I'm saying? In other ventures or whatever like that. But wrestling, nah. You know what I'm saying? You can tell these dudes are top tier writers, not for the product. And that's
they can
the problem.
Write like episode of Game of Thrones or fucking Breaking Bad or something, but they can't write a wrestling show. Like,
Go get Tyler Perry.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry could write a soap opera, right? Could write that shit. Go write wrestling.
That's what wrestling is.
My bad. I don't know if we could curse on here. My fault.
Oh, we can.
Personally, fucking.
You know,
Tyler Perry could write that shit, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We could write that shit.
Yeah, see, we could write that shit, man. That shit is terrible. Sometimes I try not to look down on it and I try to find the good about it. But sometimes it's bad. And you got to just state the facts. It is what it is, you know?
See,
like,
then you have to, then this is when you got to, even though, you know, WWE, NXT is wrestling, you know, professional wrestling, this is when you actually have to separate what's professional wrestling and sports entertainment. You know what I'm saying? This is entertainment.
Exactly right.
And people forget, yes, wrestling is a sport. Yes, it is predetermined and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But this WWE is entertainment for them to last long forever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if professional wrestling dies off the face of the earth, you know it never will. WWE is going to still be entertainment and sports. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it sucks. It sucks for some of us, you know, but hey, they know what they're doing for future endeavors. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Got that.
Their profits definitely tell the story, like from their side, like they're making profits. Like you said, their SummerSlam was the biggest show, and the ratings for Raw came in recently, and they did over 2 million viewers for Raw last night.
Wow.
So it's like, you know,
see, that's the thing though. That the viewership is not going to stay the same. They don't know how to keep the ball rolling. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Yes. Some things are good, but other things is not, man. You know, people want to see Goldberg back, but who really cares though? You know what I'm saying?
I think if the pay-per-view after, I think if the Monday Night Raw after the pay-per-view is low viewership, that shows you how good the pay-per-view was.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, some people are like, they're not even going to bother watching it because I know what's going to happen.
And let's be real. The biggest Raw after a pay-per-view is Mania. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? That's the biggest Raw ever. You know, and I don't even dwell big numbers of viewers. You know what I'm saying? Because you just don't know how to capitalize and pull the trigger. You know what I'm saying? You know, I thought Big E was going to cash in last night, but even he didn't cash in. You know,
they got him fighting, but they have him fighting for his own suitcase.
One that he won.
Yes.
Fair and square. He won fair and square. They got him fighting his own. You know, look how they did Finn Balor. They buried Finn Balor.
Yeah.
They buried the shit out of Finn. He wasn't even on a card, kickoff, no nothing in that. The only retribution he got was a match against Baron Corbin the Friday after that shit happened.
What's crazy is now he's really out to picture that Brock Lesnar's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
What happens now?
Yeah, like it's bullshit. But just know, if the Prince leave, if Devin leave, if Finn leaves, just know, man, they lost a big money opportunity, and everybody in Japan gonna have to bow down. Just know, everybody in Japan.
That would be a big loss for them, though, because
that's a big loss.
That's the leader of the Bullet Club, like so.
Yeah,
you know?
Everybody's gonna have to bow down.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what it is? I don't think WWE don't care, man. You know, they don't. It's like I said, they're sports entertainment. So it's like, hey, go ahead. They know it's my whole roster. I know I'm gonna be good.
Well, nobody's bigger than the product. That's the way they are. No, they don't want anybody like John Cena anymore who's going to be bigger. And when they leave, they're going to leave a big hole they fill, and nobody can fill it for years. You know, look how long it took Roman to be where he is. Like, they pushed him for 5 years before they finally turned him heel, and now he is carrying the fucking company on his back.
And then how long do you think that's gonna last? I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't mean to, talk bad about certain shit, but it's a reason why they turned Roman bad. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It's a reason. Not gonna last long. That's not back. That's not lasting long.
If The Rock stays with Roman, they're never going to boo him.
Ah, man. And how do y'all feel about The Rock and Roman going at it if it ever happens?
Yeah, I think it's box office. Look, obviously, we know they're both fucking absolutely iconic. Roman, especially the last year, but yeah, I'd tune in to watch it just for that. Just given The Rock is back, and look, it's been noted for a while that this match might happen. So yeah, I think I'm in to watch perhaps just that match.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think Brock Lesnar should have came out for Bobby. You know what I'm saying? He should have came out for Bobby. You know, that's what it should have happened. You know, I don't know. Maybe Paul Heyman has been working for Brock Lesnar the whole time. Maybe it's been set up like Nicole said. Who knows, man? You know what I'm saying? You know, it just certain things, certain spots must be put in play right into perspective, right, for us, for real wrestling fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know?
Only time will tell, lads. Only time will tell.
Yeah.
I think they're going to work out. Next week, it could be a whole different fucking product for all we know. The way NXT's going, you know, they're getting all over that. So we'll have to wait and see.
Look, you see NXT's changing slowly and surely. It's changing, man, to a point where it's like, who's gonna watch it soon? Who's gonna watch it, man? You know what I'm saying? All right. As I digress, I just hopefully these guys, champions all around the world that wants to be a part of WWE, that just know that's not good for them. You know what I'm saying? You could get paid all these major bucks, these big bucks and stuff like that, but you're not gonna, they're not gonna use you to your best of your ability. You know, that's that I just want all these guys to know out there, man. Stay where you at, find where you at. Somebody watch you. I'm watching you.
Run away.
Run. Follow the buzzards. Follow.
Literally.
Speaking of follow the buzzards, Bray Wyatt, it's over. You know, they dropped the ball on him. They dropped the ball on him.
So many times.
Oh, man. And then now they let Alexa Bliss tell his whole gimmick, and she sucks. Not to be funny with you. It was cool in the beginning, but now it was all about a doll now. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
it's fucking terrible, bro.
Yeah, it's like you buried that man. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, the whole time Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt has been together, she only been his manager one time. One time. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's cool, man, for what it is, man. That's why I'm glad the wrestling world is how it is now, you know?
There's more than one product. That's the good thing.
And mind you, it's always been more than one product. It's just if people want it, you know?
Now that AEW stepped up a level, everybody, Impact and Ring of Honor and everybody else is going to have to start and step up to AEW now and try and, put the pressure on them as opposed to AEW put the pressure on WWE. Everybody else needs to try and aim for the AEW. That's the pinnacle now.
It's crazy. I don't have a problem with AEW, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't. In the beginning, I was hopefully, it don't become a WCW 2.0. Hopefully it don't become an Impact Wrestling 4.5. But I'm cool with it, man. I'm actually cool with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna shine, man. I'm be honest with you, I watch all AEW shows: Elevation, Dark, Dynamite, Rampage. I watch it all, so it's cool, man. It's cool.
What's not to love? It's pro wrestling.
It's pro wrestling, man. Like I said, if I wasn't having so much fun doing all of this shit, me and my partner would have been like this shit. Yeah, but this shit is dope, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been a wrestling fan all my life. You feel me? So hey, doing something you like is cool, man. You know?
Like podcasting.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's the dopest thing ever, man. You know?
We're definitely going to have to do this again because there's definitely more to be talked about.
Yeah.
You already know.
All right. Before we let you go, twice again, tell the people of Ireland where to find you, where we're going to find you.
Yo, I am the DOE. That is Coffee Weaston. We are the Dirty Heelz, man. You can subscribe to us on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. We're on Pro Wrestling Tees. Yo, we from New York, y'all. Much love. What we can't do alone, we can do together. # Dirty Heelz.
Dirty Heelz, boys. Check them out. Get on it. And definitely we'll do this again.
Soon to be in Ireland. Mark my words. When the flights open, we're going to see these boys in Cork. Dirk.
Oh, no problem. We down. We ready.
You already know, man. Let us know. We be there. Give us a time and a date. We figure this shit out. Let's go.
We love
Let's
it.
do it. Perfect, lads. Pleasure talking to you.
Same to you.
For the rest of your day. And,
Good boy.
peace out, lads.